Well, actually, early in the morning out here, there's nobody here, so it's like I let them kind of run around a little bit.
Yeah,
Can't keep them tied up all the time.
You got to do what he does, man, and then the cops can't hassle you for that.
Well, he's got a big old fishing reel.
Well, that's too long too. So.
How long is it supposed to be? So he's illegal too with that?
It's supposed to be 6 feet.
Really?
That's it.
Man, that's like keeping the public on a short leash. Trying to add a little humor.
The last city I worked for, every park had no dogs, which seemed kind of crazy.
That's a little crazy.
Simple.
I did not know that. So everyone that sells a leash in Chico, that's those retracting ones, they're illegal? Is that what you're...
To use, yeah. Well,
oh my God,
just don't let it out.
Well, in here it says, there's a sign that says, dog's got to be on a leash no longer than 6 feet.
Yeah.
In the park, so on the streets they're okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, it says anywhere.
Wow, that is freaking amazing.
If you ever look at the municipal code, there's so many little municipal codes, it's crazy.
You'd almost need a book, even if you were doing this 10 years.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal, as you've seen, we're getting a lot of complaints.
From what?
People hanging out at this park, violating things like smoking, drinking, dogs off leash. Okay? You know as well as I do, there's several people here that hang out here all day long and drink way too much and detract from.
Yeah, they usually hang out at the amphitheater, though. They don't hang out here. I'm out open.
I usually see you here all the time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot on our plate as far as what we choose to do with our enforcement time. But when my boss is saying this is one of them, then I'm going to start citing.
Well, I can rotate out of here.
I'm going to start citing you. I'm just telling you this because I like to let people know. But I'm going to start every little thing citing you. So
okay.
They want people. You know, we can't just kick people out of the park, obviously, but there's rules and things that we can enforce. So we're going to start doing that. Whose stuff is that?
That'd be my gear.
Be yours.
Yeah, I'll collect it up and pack it up, and I'll rotate out of here.
Okay.
Now, where could he go with that stuff and be legal in public space?
What's that?
Where could he go with that stuff and be legal in public space?
Nowhere.
The issue is you're homeless, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you have all this stuff you lug around all day. Now you're choosing to hang out in a downtown area.
No, I won't go downtown.
No, hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where the complaints lie. So people either pack their stuff and they leave it all in the creeks, which is terrible because they don't pick a lot of it up and it washes out to the ocean, or they leave it in front of businesses or parks and stuff, and it detracts from what the intent of this place is. This place is not a big storage lot.
No, it's not.
And it's not a place to hang out. I'm talking about what it's intended for. It's not intended for adult men to sit here all day on a bench where kids, it's a kids park. There's other parks, as well as I do.
But those same rules apply everywhere, right?
What's that?
Those same laws apply everywhere in the city, that new ordinance, right?
Well,
so
we're talking about two different things. We're talking about courtesy and we're talking about courtesy and then we're talking about laws. So I'm talking about the best place to sit all day. I mean, you look like that's what you do with a large portion of your day is you hang out, which is fine. But maybe there's a better place that you're not going to get contact.
Well, is there?
But there's no place he can go. I'm just trying to understand that new law, because the way the new law is written, it's anywhere. So if you got
new law?
The public waterway law, that whole new thing they passed about public property and all that thing that went through the city council a week ago. So pretty much anywhere he goes, if somebody calls and complains, and if you guys got time, you're going to go over there, he's going to get the same story, isn't he? Because he can't be anywhere as far as I know.
In all honesty, I haven't read that.
Okay, I can imagine. So, I haven't either.
I don't know if it just applies to waterways or it applies to... I don't know.
All right. I know you're just
we'll cross that bridge another day.
All right.
But
I'm just trying to
ultimately, it's a tough situation, and the city's getting overrun by.
There's a lot of homeless out here, and they're young ones.
Yeah.
And
they're out stealing. They're out detracting from these business owners that pay a lot of money, and a lot of people don't want to come down here. I'm one of them. I don't come down here unless I have to, off duty.
Officer, is it okay if I sit at the bathroom over there?
I don't know. I mean,
It is Eugene Ringgold Park, but that's on the other side of the bathroom. It's a public bathroom, so I can park over there.
I mean, until we get complaints, and then we have to start.
Yeah, which is
forcing
my
stuff
point.
over there.
Which is my point.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
know you
always
just
going to
doing
be
your
those
own.
assholes that just want to complain about something.
they're not assholes. They're taxpayers who want to enjoy what their tax money's
Right.
going to.
I think where it really becomes a problem for a societal problem is the park wasn't designed for people to come that have stuffs, but it makes it by deference. It's not a park or a place anymore that's designed for people that don't have homes. And I know you don't
think
make
that's what a park was designed for.
well, a park's
So,
designed
like-
for everybody everybody in the public to enjoy it, and some people don't have places to put their stuff. So,
But as a taxpayer,
I'm a taxpayer.
yeah, no, I'm saying as my own opinion,
Yeah, me too.
I don't
T1.
think this is what this is intended for. You know, there's equipment. People need to feel comfortable. There was just last week someone trying to use the park, and someone took their purse because this is a place that seedy people hang out at. So that's part of why we're out here now too, is trying to.
So one thing, the most important feedback I can give you came from an advocate down in the Bay Area, and it really warmed my heart. He says the way the laws are written, that people that are homeless and living in extreme poverty, they have to hide from the same law enforcement that's designed to protect us all. Because I run into stories every day, officer, of people being robbed and stolen from in the homeless community. And very few of them, one, that either bother to report it, or two, they just kind of go, no one ever does anything. As soon as they find out we're transients, it's like, hey, you got your stuff robbed in the park, tough luck.
Well,
So, you know.
one of the problems with transients right now is there's a code amongst them, and they don't want to tell on each other because it's a community where they're kind of enforcing their own rules and stuff now. There's so many of them here. Am I wrong? Is there like a transient code now? Or
Yeah,
do they hang out with the right people to.
I understand why you got people flying cardboard signs. You got people sleeping in business fronts.
Well, that's not even what I'm getting at. Is amongst transients getting their stuff stolen from each other, they don't want to tell on each other.
No.
And then
That's one scenario. That's not 100%.
No.
Right.
I would say it's more often than not right now, at least amongst Chico transients.
I think what pushes it in the wrong direction, good and decent people, like 3 kids I'm trying to help out right now, they know. It's like, why am I going to call the cops? They're not going to do anything. And they're right. You're not. I don't think you're going to.
That's not necessarily true, but.
Well, maybe if I see them, I'll ask them if they can call Chico PD and explain how they got robbed. But anyway. But he's right, because Clem is basically going to hide from the cops. Every time he sees a cop, it's like, oh, here we go again. So,
but look at what homeless advocacy has done to the city.
What has it done?
Bring in people like the Jesus Center and other centers. Mm-hmm. It's just attracted people, and it's turned this downtown center into a place people don't want to go. Mm-hmm. And you see a change in the culture here. Is people have a heart for helping people, and it goes from bring them here, we'll help them, let's set up all the services we can, let's give them money, they said they're hungry, let's give them food money, and it's just drawn all these problems in. And now you're seeing, not amongst everyone, but I would say a lot of those people that just strictly wanted to help and felt sorry, they're seeing kind of people's true colors, and that they're here just to drink and use drugs.
Maybe I'll talk to your public relations person, because there was a lot of what you just said that there was an education opportunity. Homelessness is an issue in every single town, and the people that are causing your biggest problems, they're not people that are coming here for services. People that are raping and pillaging and beating up on the poor. It is not. When I've been doing this work on the streets for like 4 years, and people don't come to Chico because the Jesus Center's here. Now, if they get to Chico and they find out the Jesus Center's here, they may go there. But it's an absolute, pretty damn close to a lie that the issue in Chico is because people are helping people. I mean, that is actually part of the problem. To try to make people believe that, you know,
What do you-
having a Jesus Center or a Torres Shelter is a bad thing for our community.
What do you think draws people from all over?
They
the
travel through, man. I mean, the stories I get, they come here, like one kid up in Upper Bidwell, one of the first persons I met when I got here. His brother said he could come out here and be an electrician. He came out with his girlfriend, he told him to kick rocks. He's out on the street. I got dozens of them like that. Kicked out, I just interviewed a kid and put him on KZFR. His family threw him out of the house at 18. Said, here you go. Tossed him onto the plaza. Okay, here you go. You know? Those are the stories I hear, and I think it's really sad that the city only wants to present the whole issue of we have services, so obviously that's why all these people are coming here. It's false. Every single community is homelessness is like a freaking ridiculously huge problem in every single community. If you want to find the issue, go to Garberville. I mean, they are the most abject. They hate on poor people. They lock up the water, they lock up the bathrooms. Everything's like locked down there. They still come. It has nothing to do with services.
I don't think the city's trying to get rid of services. One of the solutions is we're trying to monitor these services. The people that are causing the issues, we're trying to work with them more as opposed to just freely giving it to them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to educate you because I don't see that as a common.
But a lot of people,
not even near.
A lot of people don't want rehabilitation. They just want to be. You see it. I mean, the center. I'm drawing a blank. Over by Costco. They don't want those rules. Yeah, Torres Shelter. Yeah, they don't want those rules. They don't want to be offered services. They just want to live their life.
Maybe I'll talk to the PR. Maybe there's an opportunity to help educate the general public and the police force about some of the real issues and the stories of homelessness. Because I know you guys are trained just to talk about, you know, specific instances or cases, but I've seen some just ridiculous tragedy out here. And that, you know, the more we paint everyone as being these type of people, it makes it really hard on everybody, you know.
I mean,
like these three kids.
Do you talk to many of the business owners as far as what it's done to their business?
Oh, I do. Absolutely I do. Matter of fact, I've talked to several business owners. I didn't get involved with this last ordinance that told me absolutely they think it's being overstated. And I said, do you want to go on the record? Oh, no. Oh, no. I couldn't ever do that. I talked to Katie Simmons. And said, you know, some of the business owners said they sent letters. What happened to those? Oh, we sent them to city council. So business owners, man, they're not going to speak out against this. They're under the thumb. You know, they're under the pressure of the person next to them. I talk to business owners.
Well, the vast majority of our calls are transient-related calls. If you look, I mean, I spend half my day going through calls of the issues they're causing. And I'm not saying.
Well, I know, because the thing that's really fascinating to me is because it's fun. It's not fun in that sense. And I've talked to other police about this. You're out talking to people for different reasons than I am. You're out talking to people because you just got a police call. So I'm invariably going to be talking to different kinds of people.
Yeah, no,
you know.
I don't just.
But a lot of people, you know, there's a few people in this park. Like one of them is that young older lady here who's seriously mentally ill that's got stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I actually saw her CHP officer roll up on her one day after I'd given her food and threw her out of downtown and said she had needed to move her cart. She wasn't breaking any laws whatsoever. So
CHP did that?
Yeah, CHP did that. It's amazing. So anyway, I know you're just doing your job, but that's all I got. All right, Clem, so where are you gonna move to, man?
Well, I gotta roll up my gear and shove off. I'm gonna go over to the bathroom there, because I gotta use it. And I don't know.
Take care.
You too, police officer.